What's going on, everyone? My name is BoIt and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology action. It's currently 1-1 in this series between Mista and Magic, and spawning in the left map in the blue color playing Isis is the Mista. In the right spot in the red color playing Thor is Magic. This is a reverse matchup of what just happened. Magic's playing Thor, Mista's playing Isis. The map, however, is Oasis and not Alfheim, so we're going to be able to see a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different. Last game, Magic just played well. Like, he just played so good that Mista couldn't punish him for anything, and he managed to win. So nothing more needs to be said about that. Magic's just really good. Mista's just really good, but Magic just played a little bit better. So 1-1. This is the Age of Mythology Expert Tournament hosted by Vubly in conjunction with RTS Sanctuary and AOL Iron Maiden. Big shout out to him. If you don't know who he is, learn who he is. He's a great person in terms of what he's done for this community and Age of Mythology. He's a very vocal and he just puts his whole life out for this game. It's really weird, but I love him for it. If you ever get a chance to play with him, he's a cool dude. Just don't play Isis and Ancestors Eclipse his base or he will rage. But yeah, super big shout out to the donator of this tournament as well. He put up the prize money and the prize pool, and he's crazy as well. And if anybody meets him and manages to know who he is, then you say, BoIt says hi, thank you so much. What to say about this matchup? Isis and Thor again. This map, we have a beautiful gold mine for Mista. However, this gold mine over here is the safest gold mine to get. And I'll tell you why. It's this town center. Same reason as before. If this gold mine gets taken, Migdol Stronghold, town center, mercenary to defeat the flaming weapons, survive it, win the game. This gold mine, closer to your base, so you can secure it easier in the initial stages of the game, but this town center, not quite as close as that one. Actually, is it the same? Actually, the same. Oh, it's a little bit closer. Actually, that one? Actually, this one's much better. I lied. This town center always. Go this town center. I mean, sorry. Go this gold mine. Get that town center. Win the game. So, Magic might be able to do a timing attack over here and win the game if if Mista doesn't quite have gold to produce mercenaries. But I feel like the town center there is very scary. Excuse me while I just take a drink. Casting games in a row is tiring on the throat. I want my voice to be crystal clear for you and you alone. Magic. Managing to take a couple of those goats off of the Mista's Pharaoh, so a little bit sneaky there. He actually managed to get Shingles of Steel, which means that any sort of early attack, any sort of early rush that Magic decides, if Magic decides to do it, it's going to be really bad. And I just want to give you another history lesson regarding AOM King. If you didn't know, he's my idol. He's who I learned off. I watched all of his recorded games, and I learned his record with KRT Phil was something like 11-1. Now, KRT Phil was a really good AOT Thor player. He was a really good Age Mythology Thor player as well. However, the record between Age Mythology King, AOM King, and KRT Phil was 11-1. It doesn't help that Zeus beats Thor, but when it comes down to it, 11-1, you're saying something, right? The only reason, and I quote, the only reason AOM King lost to KRT Phil was this relic, Shingles of Steel, 200% house points, and it allowed him to survive the early rush without taking any damage, and basically, yeah. Anybody, if you ever see someone pick up Shingles of Steel, don't rush them. That's all I have to say. You will regret it. And those villagers walking all the way there, that was very that was a big commitment from those dudes. But I guess it wasn't that bad because Pharaoh was there to give them some extra resources. Excuse me. But it was only three each, so they would have picked up more than 3 if they went to there and then back. They're not good, but not overall bad. You can see a nice build order by Mista as well. Magic, on the other hand, got a temple in his base going through Freya. He's got some nice hunt as well with those giraffe. And the temple, has he got? He's got hand axe, pickaxe building. He's got some walls going up on both sides of the map. But the priests can probably stop that if they feel like it. Magic. Mista's not yet advancing to the classical age. He's going to be behind 6 minutes, and he's actually quite safe to do so because of those houses being so strong. And you see the Magic throwing down a house there. A little bit interesting choice there. I don't know if I agree with that. You see the Herser in the base of Magic throwing up that first longhouse. So, has he got pickaxe shot? I hope he does. Oh, he did. He was researching that there. Anyhow, what's going to happen now, I think, is Magic's going to go for a semi-fast early game. He's going to try this timing attack, and it's going to fail. And that's what the game is going to be. I'm guessing. I'm just going to guess. I haven't seen it. I promise. I promise. I don't actually know. It's just because that's what I would do, and I would lose because I'm not good. Okay, so longhouse going up for Magic. Magic getting a couple of raiding cover. He needs to stop a house before he keeps on building more longhouses. Otherwise, he will not be able to produce any more units. He's thrown up another ox cart, sending it over to this location as well. It's got a couple of the gazelle drafts, and I think actually Magic managed to get both of these hunt packs, and Mista didn't get either of them. So this is really good for Magic. It means that Magic's going to be able to either produce a bunch of rain and cavalry or get to the heroic age at a really strong time, or both. And it's got a lot of. It actually doesn't have that many goat. Generally, if you get around about 10 goat, you're set. You are so set. It's not funny. Like Thor's going to have a good game. Going to have a good game with Thor if you have about 10 goat. If you have anything less than that, it's going to be a little bit iffy. Just because they're really good. Goat are really good. But it looks like houses going up for Magic. He's only got 1 barrack still. And I guess I understand that. It's not like he needs to get them out now, especially with a timing attack if he's trying to do that. He just needs to get them out. So if he doesn't use that initial wood for the raiding cavalry, he's going to be sitting in a nice spot. Mista, on the other hand, throwing up that armory, going to the heroic age. Not going to do any classical fighting shenanigans. Doesn't need that. Doesn't want that. Going to stay away from that. And Mista going to be retreating those villages back. It looks like Magic knows that they existed. Oh, he's sort of just running them into the corner. Interesting. Anyhow, nice find for that by for any stretch of the imagination. Picking off that granary is going to be a nice addition to his favour. So he's not going to be picking that off. He's just going to retreat out. He's just going to be. Yep. Okay. So he's not found anything. Mista did react to that raid very quickly. He saw that with the obelisk. Just retreated, knew that what was going on before it even happened. He just put those villages back into its town center, doing nothing at the moment. He can now go to the heroic age through Nephi. He's going to be able to cast Prosperity, has hand axe, has pickaxe. He's going to be getting there a little bit late. I don't know if I am enjoying how late it is, especially because if a timing attack happens, he's not going to have that many units. I mean, his resources are going to be really nice, but other than that, it's going to be a little bit on the bad side. And we see Bragi. So this is exactly. I love saying stuff right. I'm almost right. We just have to see the timing attack fail, and I'm going to be so right. He's got this location walled off, so that gold mine isn't even an option. So that's the only gold mine that has to be done. If I was Magic now, I'd be producing units out of my butt. I'd just be spamming units. I'd be getting upgrades. I'd be trying to do an 85 population. I wouldn't even build another house. I'd just do an 85 population attack on this location. And I think that'd be so strong. And we're gonna see what happens here. Actually, I think at this point in the game, seeing what I've seen, I think that attack would win the game. And I don't think there's anything that Mista can do apart from out microing so hard. Oh, that's actually a really nice Migdol placement, because to take down that Migdol, you have to take Tower Fire and Crenellations is up. But alas, looks like Magic going for the settlement. Makes me sad to see 4 players playing like this. I want to explain. Oh, Answers Eclipse on the base. Going balls are deep aggressive. Right now, again, now this is the wrong decision. As soon as you see that, you delete the town center and you go all in. And you win. If you do that, and you believe me when I say this, you have X amount of resources saved up, you can produce a bunch of raiding cavalry. Why do you win? You have flaming weapons, he doesn't have ancestors. You have just the best chance to win now if you go all in. Getting this town center means you've got 300 wood and 300 gold that aren't being used. You could have produced a couple of thrown axemen, you could have produced a bunch of raiding cavalry, but instead you're going to be trying to outboom an ISIS player who just used Ancestors Eclipse to disrupt your economy for a minute. Like, he didn't really pick off any units, which is nice, but like, that's a minute. Like, a minute. Magic's got 2 town centers though, so he might be able to do something, and Mista's got only chariots. So in terms of army comp, Mista's actually sitting a little bit better than Magic. You can see Mista's economy population is at 72, Magic's at 60 population. And we do see that a battle bar is being made as well, and we see prosperity getting cast for Mista. So I think Mista's got a firm grasp on I think he's definitely past the point where a timing attack could hurt him. He's seen the second town center, so he knows that that's not a threat. Yeah. Okay. We're going to see a hill fort getting thrown up here. This gate is going to be able to survive until that gets up, I believe. It's going down, but it's not going down that quickly. I think that hill fort's going to go up, and any raid coming through this location is going to take a fair brunt of damage from the hill fort. More chariots coming out for Mista. Mista's going to be playing for the late game, just because he doesn't need to do anything else. He needs to get this location destroyed and grab that town center though, and then if he can survive through the flaming weapons of Magic, then he can win. So again, it's just probably going to come down to whether Magic can use flaming weapons in an effective manner. And I believe that now that location is out of control, you cannot control that, you cannot destroy that location with flaming weapons. I believe that this location is your best bet. And especially if you send some units through this way, it's going to get... Actually, I don't even know if it gets spotted up until that location. If you get a couple of units over here just to pressure, and then send the other ones over here, flaming weapons behind them, get the fight there, win the game. And I think that will be really, really strong. I'm going to see if Magic can do that. Even if you don't, even if you just get the town center, then you're putting the ballpark into Mista instead of in your court. And that would be really good. Where are all of Mista's Magic's units is what I'm wondering. Mista's got almost full population, so he's going to be looking to grab this location. And you see Mista reacting pretty much instantly, sending his units over to this location. Knows that town center is an important spot to defend against. And unfortunately for Magic, his units need to get out of there. He's losing 1 raiding cavalry, which he does not want. And again, he needs to get medium raiders before he decides to fight, because they're a power spike. They're like so much stronger than raiding cavalry. Like, I can't stress that enough. And that's with every single what's with Hippocons as well. I don't think there's any other units which can get medium cavalry which actually benefit from it too much. Okay, so here we see a push coming into this location. The 13-minute mark. He's got 108 population to Mista's 127 population. Flaming Forest Fire goes down to try and pick up that siege workshop. It's probably going to work. It's going to get that killed. It's just nice. It's always nice to use Forest Fire in an effective manner. Even if it's only 25 gold of your opponent. That's still build time from a couple of villages, which always is more. than you think. So this is where the push is going to come. Is Mista going to attempt to win the game here? He's got Pierce upgrades, and he doesn't have medium raiders quite just yet, which is a little bit annoying. He's just going to retreat out of there. However, I don't think he thinks it's going to be a worthwhile venture. And the Migdol stronghold for Mista going up here. So basically now, instead of pressuring this location, he presses this location, and Mista's just going to defend here. I think that perhaps Magic's priorities are a little bit in the wrong space. He's going to have to. He's actually, if he runs those chariots around, those raiding cavalry around, then he can probably fight that with flaming weapons and win. Even without, he could probably win. His army is very, very, very strong in terms of countering what Mista has. But he's not looking for a fight, and he's not looking to capitalize on this game at all. As we see Magic trying to pick off this raiding party of Mista's, but Mista's just going to get out of there, even though the raiding cavalries of the raiding cavalries of Magic are a little bit faster. Mista getting up that Migdol stronghold, effectively securing this location, going to be walling it in as well with a siege workshop to force any sort of flaming weapons push onto this location. Is going to be nullified. We see the third town center of Magic going up, so even if he decides to push in here, he's got a good chunk of his population back on this town center. He looks like he's just going to try and pick off that siege workshop before it does go down. I don't think fighting here is a good idea, especially because Migdol stronghold has masons and crenellations, so they're going to be picking off a bunch of hit points of the medium raiders. The town center going up now for Mista, so Mista's going to be catching up in terms of population because Magic's got his third town center up. I think maybe now the only possible way for Magic to really stranglehold this game and take a win, as we see a couple of priests there with their sixth sense, knowing that the battle ball was coming, got them there to prevent any sort of push on this location with the two Migdol strongholds. I think that maybe if Magic does a Fimbulwinter flaming weapons attack, he might be able to push in through here and take the game. Perhaps, as we see the battle ball almost reaching the end of its life there, a bit of a crazy situation. And nice army movement there. Maybe actually being able to pick off one of those pharaohs and probably the rest of this army as well. Probably going to see flaming weapons get cast now as he wants to pick off this location as fast as possible. Don't let your units die if you're going to use flaming weapons Magic. Don't let that happen. We finally said go down. We see Mista producing a couple of mercenary cavalry, just mercenary, and the towers though. This is the big thing, is that Mista's got a bunch of units in the Migdol strongholds, and the Migdol strongholds have got crenellations, and they're not going to die anytime soon because Magic doesn't have a single palatable battering ram at all, and a bunch of units have been dying by Mista's little raid there. So even with the fact that Magic's got all of this pushing in now, and he's actually managed to pick up a lot of what Mista has, Mista's like, he's just like, yeah, whatever, your flaming weapons is going to exhaust in 20 seconds. My Migdol strongholds are doing a ridiculous amount of damage to your units. You might be able to pick off this Migdol stronghold, but I've still got another one there, and I've still got this location here pretty much secured right about now. And as good as that is for Magic, he's definitely still in the game, and I still think that with a Fimbulwinter timing and Ballast Tower with Fenris Wolves or something like that, it's going to be really strong, but we'll have to see what he chooses to do. This battle ball getting picked off almost instantly. Magic going to have to retreat out of this location here, and he's going to have to think about pressuring this location. If he throws up a hill fort over here, that'll probably be a good move, and it looks like he is going to be doing so. However, Mista, as I missed that heroic age, mythic age technology being researched, he's got that Son of Osiris there, which is going to pick off these medium units in no time. All that damage going down. I'm not exactly sure how Son of Osiris works. I just know he does a lot of damage. Like, he attacks something and then it's just like, and then they like die and stuff. It's crazy. We see the hill fort going up now. Is Mista any close? Sorry, Magic any close to the Mythic Age? Looks like he's not. He's got a lot of gold income. His upgrades are lacking a little bit. He probably should have thought about getting something better than that at this stage of the game, especially with how boomy he played. So he's got a little bit to do, a little bit of work to do here. He needs to get to the Mythic Age. He needs to get some Baluster out and some Watchtowers at this location and pressure here. But I think the biggest question is, what is Mista going to do? He's throwing up a couple of these barracks, get some Axemen out to deal with those Huskarls. So perhaps at this point it's best to stop building the Huskarls and start building Jarls and medium raiders. But obviously you know that you can't tell what he's doing. You see that there's nothing. You can't see what's going on here. That'd be cheating. You would be removed from the tournament and banned for life if you cheated. That's how it works. And we see more longhouses going up. The hill fort. I still haven't seen one single siege weapon from Magic, which is a little bit annoying. And this is the push which is so scary as a Norse player. Whenever he gets Son of Osiris and you don't have Baluster, it's like, how do I counter that? How do I counter that? I can't counter that. And Magic, now, almost with the resources he needs to get to the next stage. He's got the 1,000 food, 1,000... Balder! Okay, I can understand that. He's got a lot of villages and he's going for that final push to see if he can win the game. I don't disagree, but I don't agree, if that makes any sense. I'm impartial to his decision. I don't think it's a bad decision, but I don't know if it's a good one because I don't play Balder that much. I'm much a tier person. I think that tier is a much safer bet, and I just prefer to use it. As we see, Magic just focus firing that Son of Osiris with the hill fort. It's a little bit cute. Is he now getting armory upgrades? Because when you go Balder, if you don't get full armory upgrades, iron armory upgrades, you're going to be in a bit of a tough situation. Also, might want to think about getting Masons, especially with that location, the one that's getting researched. Could be really bad. Oh, this is going to be sick. If he can surround Mista right here, then he's going to have a good opportunity. Oh, no, I can have to retreat out of there. He's just going to try and play for time here, I think. It's really smart. If he can manage to do so, then that's going to be grand. So good. We see, no, he's actually going to try and engage. I don't know if this is a good idea. Probably should have waited for his Ragnarok. If he could have done that, then he would be able to win. But this position is too great. He's got that Son of Osiris in the middle of his army, going to be killing off a bunch of the units of Mista. However, Magic really going to town this back location where the Son of Osiris hasn't been able to deal any damage, and all of those chariots are melting to the heavy raiders of Magic. All of the Huskarls, however, are dead by killed by Mista. So it's not all of them, but most of them. And the army of Mista is actually going to be suffering a little bit here. It's 110 population to 124 population, and that's just because of the production time, which unfortunately Norse doesn't quite have. He needs to produce a couple more of these military buildings to keep up with production. And this fight here going sort of in favor of Magic in terms of the fact that he didn't lose it too badly, which you can expect. It's a really, really good engagement. But again, like, he was advancing to the Mythic Age, even with that graded engagement. I don't know if it was the best choice. I don't know if it was a poor choice either, actually, in terms of the fact he managed to pick up a bunch of units that now had to be replaced instead of towers getting put up to defend against the Ragnarok. But is Ragnarok what he's going to choose to do, or is he going to try and do a Baluster Fire Giants composition, which I would much prefer. It's less risky, but there's no real trade route that's being produced just yet. You can see only a couple of these camel caravans, and this gold mine and that gold mine are the only ones which Mista can have. So if Magic uses Ragnarok and makes a push in here and wins the game from it, then that's going to be so good. Sort of gold starves the game. However, the wooden wall going up here by Mista, it's going to be very difficult to break through unless you have a couple of those siege weapons, because they're going to bottleneck, and that Son of Osiris is going to do a ton of damage to the mass of Ragnarok heroes that are going to come. You can see that Mista now is getting catapulted out, going to be picking off that hill fort. A medium Huskiar is probably going to be enough to kill off that, I think. Maybe not. As he thinks twice about what he should do. He's like, I don't want to fight underneath the tower fire of the fortified town center and the Migdal stronghold. And this is, I'm going to explain why I think that a Fire Giant Ballista sort of strategy at this point is better than just getting the Ragnarok. That's because your opponent, when you get Rag, he's inclined to build watchtowers, he's inclined to build buildings. He's not inclined, and he's inclined to get medium axemen. Oh, sorry, he's just inclined to get axemen, whatever axemen there is, because that's what counters Ragnarok. But Fire Giants and Ballista counter axemen, towers, and what you're building against to stop. So if you get out a bunch of Fire Giants and Ballista, then you essentially stop the Isis player from doing what he wanted to do, from stopping Ragnarok. You kill off those towers, and then you Ragnarok, and then you make that final swoop in. It's so strong. And we see a nice raid coming in over here, picking off a bunch of these camel caravans. A bit of a sacrifice, because I don't know if he'll be able to get out of here. So I think he will if he chooses to run. But I don't know if he will. He's just going to pick off all of these caravans. But Mista, I don't know if he actually does care. He's only got 190 gold at the moment, with only 7 villages on gold. Fire Giant coming in here now. However, again, he needs Ballista to pick off that Son of Osiris. He's not dying, which is the issue. We see a bunch of those heavy raiders just falling there, but that's okay because Magic's got such a good economy at the moment. We see that Son of Osiris is taking a little bit of hurt, trying to retreat out of the fray. He's going to return back and pick up that Fire Giant in like 2 hits. It might surprise you to note that that Son of Osiris actually isn't the strongest hero in the game. Actually, he might be. I think Bellerophon is actually stronger in terms of damage output. He can actually kill he can kill a mummy in 1 hit, which is stupid. Shouldn't actually be able to happen. Let's just ignore that though. You know, and we see the medium axeman coming in over here, picking off the market of Magic. Does Magic have any other market? It doesn't have any other market, so this is actually potentially really bad for Magic, because he's got to be spending all of this gold in this army that isn't actually all that great. And again, if he was building Ballista, it would be so good. It frustrates me because Magic's got his hand. The game is literally being gifted to Magic. Magic literally has the... It's not like this game is imbalanced by any stretch of the imagination. And I don't feel like Isis, at this point in the game, has the ability to win just by the fact that it's Isis. I feel like Ballista at this point in the game is so strong, just because you can get Fire Giants out, and you just give the Ballista to kill the heroes, and then the Fire Giants kill everything else, and you build walls, and it's just really good. But instead of that, he's just got Mista just keeps on defending against Magic's pushes, which aren't that strong because there's no real damage dealers. And if we look at the... Oh, he does have Pierce Armor, unfortunately. I don't know why you don't build Pierce Armor against Norse, because they don't have any Pierce damage units, apart from Ballista. Oh well. I'm just interested to see when Magic's going to decide to use Ragnarok now, because I don't know what his plan is. The longer you wait, the less strong it gets, unless you've done something to make it strong, i.e. killing off the towers at this location with Ballista, or control every single gold mine, and you just need to pressure the markets and trade of your opponent to stop that happening, or something like that. But this location just keeps on getting pushed into. This gold mine's only got 1,000 gold left in it. It's not really that much. I mean, there's gold here, but that's sort of up in the air about whose that really is, because Mista hasn't really tried to gather it or anything like that. In any case, this is sort of just the army spam here, which is kind of sad. I like to see strategic moves, but instead we're just seeing Magic, who has a superior economy, no doubt. His economy is better than Mista's at the moment. You can see by the resources in the bank why it's better. But he just keeps on feeding units in, which is sort of sad. But again, it's still not too late. You can still build some Ballista Magic. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, I'm so happy right now. You have no idea how happy I am when I see the right choice being made. It doesn't matter how late it is. When we could have been doing it before, but he's doing it now, which is great. I think more hill forts, more Ballista. He's got. You need to save those fire giants instead of losing them trying to push into this location. You could have 5 or 6 out, and then the Ballista out now, and it would be doing so good. And I'd be like, "Oh, you're so good, Magic." But instead, I'm like, "Oh, you're sort of okay, Magic." Like, you're still really good, but yeah, whatever. Anyhow, this is a really bad place to fight. Unless that Ballista was picking off the Son of Osiris, and a couple of Ballista to pick off the Son of Osiris, and then you can retreat back and continue to sort of do stuff. But instead, he's losing the Fire Giant, and he's losing all of his rain cavalry. Making me sad again, Magic. I'm sad. I thought you were gonna do something good. It might be an okay decision as well to start building out some Ulfsark and get the Baragi upgrades to counter those heavy cavalry. I don't think cavalry at any situation are that great en masse. They're so strong when you... they're so strong in little groups against like Greek or Egyptian, but against Norse they're okay. Against mass raiders, you're probably better off getting some spearmen, and you use the cavalry to chase around the raiders which are running around, and when you need to actually fight them you have spearmen. Like at this point there's no mobility isn't an issue now, it's sort of just massing and massing and massing. But the Son of Osiris is what's doing so much damage to Magic, and I don't know if he realizes that, because if he did, he'd get Ballista, and he'd use those Ballista to kill the Son of Osiris. It makes me so sad. I just want to know exactly what Mista's planning to do, though, because I know what Magic should be doing, but I don't actually know what Mista should be doing. Like, because Mista is actually, he's not at an advantage at the moment. The only reason that he's not losing is because Magic hasn't done the right thing. Mista, on the other hand, I don't know at this point. He's got the Son of Osiris. There's no Ballista. He's got no siege though. So if he got out some siege weapons and he made a push, then and only then he might be able to win. But it looks like what he's doing is trying to just hold and just hold and just hold and just hold. And if that makes any sense, I don't know. But I don't know if that's a bad thing either. Like, if you can hold past everything and get to that point where Egypt is so strong, which is the mega late game when all of your buildings are set up and you've got no threat of dying anywhere, and that wall needs to go up over there to prevent your trade route getting ram attacked, then that'd be really cool, but I don't know if he's going to do that. And it looks like the armory upgrades are slightly favouring Magic as well. So Magic can fight quite healthfully without any fear, because the Son of Osiris isn't over here. That's why he keeps on pushing in over this location. I'd use that portable ram to start attacking the Migdol stronghold over here, which looks like he's killing off the wall. However, champion cavalry against champion raiders, not exactly a great choice by Magic in terms of army. Fire giants and Ballista, however, I like that choice. You can see a bunch of portable rams on queue for Magic as well, so it looks like he wants to make a push through this location. I think if he used them in conjunction with Rag, then he might actually be able to do it. And we finally see the Son of Osiris moving over to this location, so he's doing a two-pronged attack. So he's going to use these portable rams to try and kill off this location here, kill off the Migdol stronghold, and he's going to use the portable rams getting queued up in his base to chase those raiders. It would have been sick if he made him chase those raiders over to here and then pushed in through this location. He might actually just be sending... What's he going to do? What's Mista going to do? I can't tell. I don't know what the right choice here is. I know that Magic should get Fire Giants and Ballista. I know that to counter the Ballista and Fire Giants, you need a Son of Osiris to be alive and a bunch of War Elephants and a bunch of resources in the bank. and with or actually I think that's okay. But the Ballista is going to pick off the Son of Osiris, and it's going to be hurting. And you're going to need catapults and War Elephant to deal with that, and some Camry as well. Then at the moment we see a bunch of portable rams, and we see 4 portable rams now coming over here because all of the army is over here. I think Mista's seen something, and we see a little bit of a raid coming over here. Actually just distracting. He's only distracting with 6 population as opposed to the 12 population, 14 population over there. But looks like mercenary too strong. So just build 3 mercenary to stop that, and this push coming in over here as well. But remember, if you're listening to my previous video, I said the counter to mercenary are towers, not mercenary. So if you build a couple of towers over here, then that's going to be able to do something quite nice. But it's actually interesting. Magic's just using, wasting Mista's gold here, but it looks like if we go to Mista's camera, he's got 348 in the bank, still got a bunch of gold just continuously going. Actually almost over 30 camel caravans. Does he have the upgrade for them? He does, so they're actually going to be doing really well. Where's the Son of Osiris? Did I miss the Son of Osiris death? No. I need to look at this. I need to see if he's still dead. Oh, he's not. He's not dead. Phew. That would have been embarrassing. Anyways, it looks like Magic is under pressure now. Mista's got his catapult out, and he's just going to have to defend this location here with mercenaries. However, watchtowers are getting broken down, so this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to break down as many ballast towers as he can, and then he's going to cast Rag and see if he can push through that location. I think what a better option would have been was to do the sort of attack he did here, to waste all the resources and the attention, and then push through this location, and then Rag, and then go and pick off trade route and this town center here. But he's not to know that because he doesn't have map hacks, so he can't really see what he's doing. But does he know? He does know that that's the trade route location, so he doesn't know how many defenses are here though, I guess. So a little bit of a raid now going on over on the villagers because Mista doesn't want to have to fight against crazy Ragnarok, I guess. And again, the catapults are just pushing through. Ooh, a bunch of portable rams now right on top of that fortified town center. However, it does have architects, does have correlation. There's a lot of damage going on to these portable rams. They're not actually that strong either. They're going to be able to pick it off though if Mista doesn't react in time. Mista has like 1,000 gold. One of those portable rams is about to fall. It's finally producing a couple of those mercenaries. Town center going down. I think now is the time to Ragnarok. If you can Ragnarok into this location or over to here. Ragnarok goes down. The attack is on. If you shift click onto idle military right now, that's the fastest way to get these into the fray. If he had done that, he's pushing in now. He's going to try and take down this location. He thinks this game is his. He's got it in his grasp. We see the blue units of Mista getting over here as fast as they can. He doesn't have any ballista though to pick off that Son of Osiris. The town center going up again. He needs to stop that going up if he can. He needs ballista to stop it up. It's going up too quickly. If he gets that up, then that's a bunch of mercenary into the face of Magic. Oh no. This fight is not going to go well for him at all. There's all this ballista here. There's this Son of Osiris here. However, where else is he? He's sending all of his ride to this location as well. They're just sitting around doing nothing. Doesn't matter how many you have. It's like 300. Anyhow, we see him pushing through here. He's going to try and surround the army of Mista. Going to have to pick off that Son of Osiris as soon as possible. We see it trying to retreat. If he can surround that and get that kill, then that's going to be massive for him. Oh, and unfortunately, mismicroed that, and that Son of Osiris is going to get away with it. The hair on his chin. Actually, he's still taking a lot of damage, and I don't know if it's going to stop taking the damage. Magic just keeps on pushing in through this location. He's got 218 supply, got a bunch of resources in the bank, so if he does manage not to win this fight, then it's not actually going to be that bad. What has Mista got? Mista's seeing 100 gold, and he's got no gold incoming because all of these camel caravans are here, and none of them are over at this location. So if he can keep this push going on, Mista's got nothing. He's got no units whatsoever. What a Ragnarok. This play, so good. I only wish that he had some ballista to back it up. My god, Magic, you're so good. I think that How is the population going? He's got 160 of 160 population now. He's got 2,000 gold in the bank to build up. What's he doing? Oh, Mista! Mista picking off the town center of Magic with his catapult. I missed that. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. Sorry for missing that, but holy shit, I was excited about what was going on over here. Unfortunately for unfortunately for Magic, a couple of those caravans didn't manage to get back, so he's still got a couple of resources coming out. Ballaster out, portable rams out. He's going to be building that town center back up as fast as possible. He's going to be getting out villages on every single one of his town centers. He's only got 2. He should be building a couple of fire giants out as well. Picking off that town center, going to build that as well up. Then he's going to be building out villages from that town center as well. Only at 190 population, 190. Mr. at 67 of 146. Now he's just going to try and pick off this location with Ballaster and the Ballista and portable rams. There's a couple of mercenary here as well, but they're not going to be enough to deal with this. The Son of Osiris coming into the fray as well. If Magic decides to focus fire those with Ballista, then he can pick it off. Finally, it's been alive. This is probably the longest serving Son of Osiris I've ever seen. But it looks like he's going to pick off the Ballista before it's too late. Going to secure this location as well. But Mista's only got 21 villages on food, 3 villages on wood, and a bunch of... He needs to rebuild this town center to get a decent trade rate. He's actually only getting 24 gold, I believe. 14 gold each trip, which isn't that great, and more portable rams coming into the fray, and it looks like a side attack coming on, a side build by Magic coming over if you're going to try and stop this trade route and pick off this fortified town center. Remember, he's still got all of those, he still had all those resources in the bank, and he's got all of these Hero Ragnarok's potential to push in through this location. There's still 4 Ballista Tower here, which is a lot, and he doesn't really want to lose these units too easily, so he's going to try and pick off the Son of Osiris as well as he can. And if he can pick that up, but there's not so many Axemen here, but these Axemen are going to be doing a brunt of the damage, with the Son of Osiris doing some damage as well. Mista sitting at 73 population, Magic sitting at 112, and again he's pushing through here. He's separating the attention of Magic, of Mista, and Magic can now push through this location, pick off these markets, and pick off this. And Mista taps out. GG. Holy shit! I did not expect this. I am in a little bit of awe. I'm not gonna say that I was. I don't know what to say. I'm a little bit speechless. Okay, I'm going to go through 2 ways. I'm going to say if Magic did what I said and what Magic did. So first is if. If Magic built Ballaster and Fire Giants, what would have happened anyway. What Magic did was relied on Mista's misplay. And that was either a misplay in economy because he didn't have gold to produce. No, he had gold. That was a misplay in attention. He didn't realize that his town center was under fire from 4 battering rams. He could have used as many mercenaries he wanted to kill us off, and nothing would have been an issue. So Ballaster and Fire Giants would have happened anyway. He would have been able to kill off that town center, and then he would have been able to rag. He would have been able to pick off the Ballaster, and then just push through and win. What he managed to do was divide the attention of Mista enough to sneak some battering ram in and pick up a town center, and then make the push through, which was really, really, really good. I'm not gonna. That was good, and I was like, wow, that's strong. Mista, on the other hand, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what he could have done to win, and I'm an Egyptian player. Magic just played so well this game. He just did everything well. The only thing possibly that Mista could have done was get aggressive. If he got aggressive and he tried to pick off the town center, yeah. Maybe if he didn't use the Ancestor Eclipse and Economy, he could have made a pressure attack and done something, but he played really passively. Anyways, my name is BoIt. It's currently 1-2 for Magic, 2-1 for Magic, whatever you want to say it. 2-1 for Magic, call it that. And I'm going to keep casting, so you better keep watching. My name is BoIt. I'll see you guys in the next video.